nobody ever asks, how should we respond to Israel's brutal treatment of the Palestinians for the last 75 years? Nobody ever asks, how should Hamas respond to the IDF that has killed tens of thousands of Palestinians? Nobody ever asks, how should the Palestinians respond to the hundreds of deaths in the West Bank that has occurred this year at the hands of the army and at the hands of the settlers, including the deaths of children, as documented again by Israeli journalists? Those questions are not raised. The questions are always, how do we respond to Hamas? Well, that's a fair question, but there's an equally fair question that's never asked, which is how should Hamas and the Palestinians in general respond to Israel and to the historical expulsion and mass killings? Now, October the 7th was not the first massacre in or near Gaza. In 1953, the Israelis massacred Palestinians in Gaza. In 1956, again they did. There was a lot of hatred, vicious hatred, that went into what happened on October the 7th. Where did it come from? 50 years ago, Hamas didn't even exist. Now, in terms of the history of Hamas and Gaza, I just ask you to consult the sources. Hamas won. Again, I'm not here to apologize. I'm just telling you what happened. There was a free election held in Palestine, I think 2005 or 2003, which, according to international observers, including the Jimmy Carter Center, was the freest election ever held in any Arab country. Hamas happened to win. Why did they win? Because by that time, the PLO had totally discredited itself as corrupt, as oppressive, and as a handmaiden to the Israeli occupation. So the Palestinians chose this militant group, and then Israel and the United States tried to support the PLO in displacing Hamas, and Hamas defeated them. And then Gaza was put on this blockade.